recording. We're just joking that we think we're live and we're not live. So this is like take 2. My name is Carrie.
And I'm Janine.
And we are from The Passionate Home in downtown Langley, here on the one-way strip. It is raining, yet still a beautiful day.
It's pretty warm, actually. I'm surprised, right? Early February.
You're always cold.
I know. I'm wearing my garden kimono. It's a little chilly in here, but...
Today we're talking garden, and we came dressed appropriately. That's how much we care. So if you're there, please say good morning so that we know you're there. And thank you so much for tuning in. I thought what we're going to do today is talk about some unconventional ways to add character to your garden. But
decorate
first,
outside.
Let's talk about last week.
Yes, thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I had a few customers come in, Cindy especially, who showed me her
shout out
door that I loved. Good job on the doors, guys. And she's sharing the video with all her friends. That was so nice. So.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Let's say a quick good morning. There's lots of people coming on. Carolyn,
Candace
Julie,
is here.
Cheryl, Karen,
Wow.
Julia Holman. So many
morning,
people coming on.
everybody.
They're going and I'm not seeing. So good morning.
Oh, thank you. So last week we talked doors.
Yeah.
And we were going to give away something.
We're going to give away a $25 gift certificate to the store.
How did they have to win?
Oh gosh, they had
to say what their favorite.
Yeah, their favorite door idea.
Yeah,
so,
we shared lots of ideas. So if you didn't tune in last week, you can still go and see it, right?
Right.
Yeah. And the winner is
Debbie. We're gonna message you, Debbie, so you can come in and get your gift certificate.
Yeah, thank you so much. And every week we love to give something away because we're great. So this week we are going to share lots of ideas of how to decorate your outdoor space. And as you know from last week, Janine.
Just telemarketing.
Real life, real drama. Janine has been renovating a beautiful home, and would you share with us some things you have in your garden?
Okay. So I got a beautiful bike. Well, my husband does triathlon, so kind of the bike theme, I thought I would put a bike outside.
I like you decorate with your husband in mind.
Yeah, sorta.
So, check one, ladies.
You know, kind of went. So I put it in my garden. So I actually bordered off my garden. We have a lot of trees on the property, and there's always sticks coming down, and I have a lot of wood like this.
I forgot you did that.
Right?
Oh my God,
so
that's
I cut
amazing.
the wood into strips and pounded them in the ground to stand up and bordered my garden with those. And then the bike is sitting in this bordered garden with all my flowers just kind of growing around it. And I have a basket tied on to the side because people usually put it on the handlebars, but the way my bike is angled, the handlebars were not quite the right angle. So it's just hanging on the side like a saddlebag. I'll plant it up.
Kind of like our bike we have out front for those of you.
Yeah, so pretty. You have a beautiful garden with lots of interesting things in it as well.
I do not have a bike. I have 2 huge ladders that I have hanging kind of from the pergola area, and little solar lights twinkling around them, so it just adds a little bit of light in the corner. What else do I have? Old windows, like lead glass windows hanging again in the pergola. So you can hang windows or doors, whether they're lead glass windows or wood sash, to kind of create a space or divider. I really love those.
That was my favorite thing. I've been to your yard. It's all boarded off, and it's just like a little room, and I love it. It's so pretty.
Our backyard is like, this is the lounge. So if you're over 19, you can go in that area. What else do we have in there?
Do you have a headboard? Iron headboard?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so iron headboards. We have a couple in the garden, and you can use them as a trellis
so pretty.
to grow your flowers up, and it just adds interest into your garden, right?
Yeah, I have a garden gate too that I've staked into the ground because my roses always want to fall over, so I've just kind of tied them a little bit to there.
Yeah.
And it's just so pretty as a backdrop, right?
Very nice.
Also can create a separation.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, for
A
sure.
little living wall.
I have a garden gate, like an iron one. Actually, we have a couple here.
We do.
We can't show you everything, but when you come into the store, there's a couple of iron gates here. And, oh yeah, I'll show these too. I'm going to pop in and out, show you things.
While you're doing that, Julia says, do you have an Instagram about your remodel? And Krista loves your kimono, which she got here, just saying.
It's not here
Last
anymore.
season, yeah.
Last season.
Yeah.
Look at these. So we just got in tons of things for the garden. Look at these beautiful screens. I really don't want to sell these, but there's 4 of them. What would you do with this?
I think I would border off an area with those, right?
Would you put them in the garden? Like in the dirt? I think I'd hang mine on the wall.
Well, it would be
Because it's
really
like
pretty
art.
on the wall as well. Yeah.
Or actually, what if you put it on the table and then a planter sort
yeah,
of
like
idea?
a centerpiece.
I think these are plastic, but
Yeah,
they
so
look
it
like
can go anywhere.
iron and they're all chippy.
You
Beautiful.
can paint it any color you want to match
You
your garden.
could, because you know about it.
I'll share in the comments about my home reno. I don't have a ton of pictures, but I do want to share a little bit all the time, so I'll send you that later.
Her house is beautiful. Okay, so
Let's
let's
dive
talk
in.
about some of the things that we have here.
Yeah.
You want to start?
Okay, well, what about hanging chandeliers in your garden?
Yeah.
Right? Even if they're not electrified, you know, you can put candles in the little holders and stuff.
It's true.
It's so pretty.
So you can hit up some thrift stores, find some old chandeliers that are brass or whatever. You
Right.
can chalk paint them, and then maybe hang a group of 3 from a tree.
Yeah.
Or I have a big one in the center of my pergola, and I'd love for it to be electrical. It's not just hanging there, but
Right?
Or
Twinkle lights.
twinkle
yeah.
lights.
Yeah.
You could totally do that.
Because they can string all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that.
That's a good idea. Mike, can I share something?
Sure.
Okay, so this, I should put my back to you, but this is a casserole dish.
Right.
Right? But sometimes you find these at the thrift stores without the glass.
Quite often.
And you're like, what am I going to do with that?
Or just bake in that and put this in your garden.
That's right. So anybody know what you could use this for? Ooh, can you be my Vanna? Hold it. Wait right there.
I'm curious. Oh, right. I'm excited,
my
you guys.
center part fell. Oh,
Okay,
well,
that's not
okay,
quite
well,
perfect.
real life. So, years ago, I made this for my daughter Laurel. Hi, Laurel, if you're watching. As a wind chime, and in the center was her photo. But this is driftwood and
Sand dollars.
$10 from Cannon Beach, one of our favorite places. And I made this for her. But you could make like a wind chime.
Right.
So you could hang cutlery, beautiful crystals, like old chandelier crystals, or anything. Like, look at what we've done with just driftwood, for goodness sakes.
So pretty.
So pretty. Thank
We
you,
also
Candace.
have these antique floral frogs that you could do the same kind of idea with, right? They've got holes that go all the way through, so you could tie string or wires around there and hang from these. So pretty.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And actually, a lot of people come in and they go, "What are these? What are these?" But it's called a frog, and like Janine said, you could make a wind chime from it. But you could also, it was made to put the stems of plants,
Right, stems.
so that it would stay in your bowl. But you could also use it now for pens,
Makeup
makeup
brushes?
brushes, crayons. You know, just depends. And they're just beautiful grouped together as a collection as well.
Right?
Yeah.
What about some old teapots, kettles, that kind of thing? You can put a little pansy. I love pansies. Do you guys love pansies? What's your favorite little plant? That's
Mhm.
mine. So just fill it with dirt and moss, and I think, you know, those wooden step ladders, just have one on each rung all the way up. So pretty.
Oh, what a great idea, like at your
Yeah.
front door, or if you
Uh-huh.
have a covered patio.
Mhm.
If you, I have another idea for a teapot, is even just silk flowers, and that's
Of
more
course.
indoor, not outdoor, but,
You're kind of melding the two, right? Like as you're going out into your garden, you've got
Yeah.
all these.
all right, so this is a fruit basket slash planter,
Right.
because you could totally moss this up and put your succulents or bulbs or your herbs, right?
Right,
Because
love
it's
it.
got built-in drainage. You could also, again, turn it upside down and make it into a lampshade or a wind chime or that sort of thing. Or you could just put it like this, like we have,
Mhm.
right?
So pretty.
There we go.
I've already got my next idea.
Okay.
Okay, teacups.
I know it's a competition. I'm gonna get one. It's your turn.
So yeah, I've collected teacups for as long as I can remember. So pretty, but I just saw all hanging in a tree, tied from ribbon. Just teacups like that. It was
Put a little
it's
bird
really
seed in
pretty.
them.
Well, I have a shed full of stuff that goes out only in the summer.
Oh,
I
okay.
know Dwayne's not happy about it. That's my husband.
Good morning, Dwayne.
He's working today. He's probably not on.
He's not.
But you can plant these with little plants as well. Again, my pansies. I have pansies everywhere.
I saw in a picture of like a beautiful, does anyone like Farmhouse, like magazine, that sort of thing? They had it where they had started a bulb in a teacup, and it was
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Right?
And I thought, ooh, what a good idea. I have on my shed. Oh yeah? We're gonna one up. Is anybody enjoying these ideas? mirror, and I have one hanging on my shed in the backyard, and it's so beautiful because it reflects all the beautiful lighting that we have through the trees.
Yeah.
And it just adds interest also.
Sparkle.
Yeah, so if you have an old mirror, you feel free to add it or hang it on the fence post or hang it on your privacy fence, right?
Yeah.
And it just reflects all the greenery and all the beautiful things that you're doing in your garden.
And the
Just
light.
frames too.
right?
Oh yeah, the lights.
Bouncing
Yeah,
light,
bouncing
beautiful.
light. Back to my china. I love china. So this was a dish that I got at the thrift store. It didn't have a lid again. Same kind of similar idea, but you can just plant in here. It's got moss and dirt.
Mhm.
And yeah, I love it.
Often you find these beautiful tureens that have a crack in them, and then nobody wants them, but they're gorgeous. And
So
like,
pretty. Just like a little
Look.
succulent garden, right?
well, you had done this on a chair,
yeah.
right? And a lot of people plant up chairs at the front door as
Yeah.
well, but this was on a beautiful chair, and you just had it sitting there, and a little welcome sign, right?
Right.
That'd be
Yeah, that's
beautiful.
undercover too, so it doesn't. Like, you don't have to worry about the drainage.
Talking about chairs, can you see this, Candace?
Yep.
So it could be a wood chair, it could be a metal chair, but if you take the seat out, or if you find something that doesn't have the seat, this is where you could put some chicken wire, moss, plant it up, or you could put a bucket, or what are those enamel,
Yeah, those enamel dishes.
right?
yes.
And then you could put all sorts of things. Yeah,
Yeah.
really great. Yeah.
Okay, so we wanted to talk rocks too. So I'm gonna
Come
come
closer.
talk
Yeah.
rocks.
So this little rock has one of our image transfers on it. This is a little ladybug. So I don't think you can really put this outside. So maybe under your cover at your front door, just have a collection of rocks, or you could lacquer it as well. I think
It's
that's
a great project too, if with kids or grandkids, right?
Yeah.
Candace, tell me if you can see this one, but this is just an idea of
The butterfly.
the
So
butterfly
pretty.
one, and some just moss, a little piece of driftwood, and some old vintage. Am I okay?
Bring it,
Up?
tilt it this
Oh
way.
yeah, it'll all fall.
There, so
Yeah.
pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
And it's just sitting in a little silver colander. Now, talking colanders.
Oh.
You know what? Where is that colander anyway? I wanted to show. Well, I can show this colander.
Yeah.
But you could totally, any colander you have is built-in drainage,
Right.
right? Plant it up, put your herbs in it. Maybe you want to get a collection of them, like Janine said about on a ladder or something. And because everyone's home, they're growing their own food. That's
And have you seen them lined with either newspaper or if you use music sheets? Right?
how
Just like
beautiful.
with the edges coming up.
Yeah.
And then they've got the paper whites in there and the moss. And then you can just, when you're ready to plant it in the garden, just lift the whole thing out and plunk it into your garden with that, right?
That's a great idea too.
Paper. And we have these little paper ones you can plant in as well.
Well,
The
actually,
labels that we've added.
yeah, and look, you can actually use the chalk paint as well, just to decorate them up and make them look like, ooh, I got this at a French market.
So pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the passionate home.
Or the Passion Home. Yeah, for sale now, the Passion Home. Is it? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, jars. I just wanted to say, have you seen when you hang the jars underneath the tree
Yes.
all over the place?
You put
so
a little candle
beautiful.
in it.
You can turn them the other way too and drill a hole. I don't.
Yeah.
That's too technical for me, but somebody can drill into the glass.
Okay, so we have a question for the people watching out there. Look at how beautiful this is. This is just a pot, yeah, and it has a big bird nest in it. This would be beautiful if you had like a collection of 3 pots, big, small,
Right.
medium, or if you had an undercover area and you're just creating a little vignette with flowers, you could put a bird's nest in it just as decor. And the question was,
So, okay, I thought you should clean out your bird houses, especially every year, right? Are you supposed to clean out a bird's nest out of your bird houses every year, or do you leave them
or do
there?
you leave it?
They
so
thought that I
when
was
the-
being cruel.
So when the birds come back, their home is still there.
I think you're supposed to clean them out.
Homewrecker.
Does anybody Does anybody know? Please share with us. Do you clean up the birds? And do you pick up? I believe that if you see a bird's nest on the ground, it has bacteria and stuff. You should
Yeah.
wear gloves. If you're bringing it home, you can still put it in the garden. This one is not real.
No.
I just want to point that out. But what also a beautiful thing for Easter, right? Because you
So
could take those
pretty.
plastic Easter eggs from the dollar store and paint them up with anti-slone chalk paint and just kind of put them in here.
Okay, so funny story. I had like strips of paper and stuff on my deck that were really pretty, and the birds made it all into their nest.
Beautiful.
And then I took their nest, but no, this one was. Lori has birdhouse, and if you're supposed to clean them out.
Where's that pot that Candace brought us that I wanted to talk about?
Right there.
Where? Oh, yeah,
Yep.
sorry. Okay. Now that we know that Janina's a homewrecker, we're just going to change the subject. If you have a lot of leftover terracotta pots, or some of them, you could even paint them if they're broken. You can put them in the garden sideways and have flowers growing out of them. But this is a terracotta pot, and you can create a beautiful space by painting them with Annie Sloan chalk paint. You could just use whatever you have left in the can. You really don't need a lot.
Like this will do quite a few pots, right?
Exactly. This is also a great way to add color to your garden. You could use Capri Pink. Or you could add, do all your pots in one color, like black or whatever, to make them look like iron. And then in this case, we've added an iron orchid, am I good?
Yeah.
Candace? An iron orchid mold. And we sell these here, and it just kind of jazzes it up a little bit, eh?
Right?
Yeah. So if you want to put this out in the weather, you do need to lacquer it. But if it's undercover, don't worry about it so much. And even, this is a question we get a lot. Can you use Annie Sloan chalk paint outside? And yes, you can. There's two ways to keep, if you don't mind it kind of distressing over time, just paint it and put it out there.
Yeah.
But if it's a beautiful hot sunny day, let the sun bake it in and then let it go. Or if you really want it to stay perfect, you should use the lacquer, correct?
Right.
Yeah. Do you remember last year I painted a pot? We did a video of that. And I even painted the plastic pots, like the trough thing that looked all sun damaged. And I painted it with the dirt in it and everything, and just it made it black, and it looks amazing. So.
Well, Natalie did her plastic Adirondack chairs, and they look beautiful.
Did
She said
she?
they're wearing better than the ones that were wood.
Did she seal them?
I'd have to double check, but I really don't think she did. Yeah.
Krista wants to paint her life in Capri Pink. It's
Yeah,
so pretty.
it's
It really
so
is.
pretty.
Do we have any other ideas that we haven't shared here? There's just so many.
There's tons of ideas.
I wanted to, is this too heavy? Do we have another one of these?
No, we sold the other one. There's one olive bucket left.
The big olive buckets with the holes in them, plant them up. I also, in the past, have planted a chicken feeder. I planted a milking bucket. I actually have a hay feeder in my yard, which is just it almost looks like a bike rack. And it's just a trellis to grow things up, and it just adds interest, right?
We've got a sewing machine table coming in later this week with that plastic top that looks like marble. I think that would be so beautiful in the garden.
Would be beautiful.
So pretty.
Be here later.
I would want it on my deck, though, I think, or covered area.
I've seen lots of iron sewing machine bases in the garden. You could put a crate on top or something else.
Yeah, so don't go crazy. We don't want we don't want your neighbor looking over and going, oh, it's a junkyard. Be specific, pick some really beautiful things. Definitely have fun with what you're planting. Think unconventionally. Get those colanders out. And there's lots of craft ideas we've shared about making wind chimes and things.
Yeah.
Can you just, how are we doing on time, Candace?
We are. It's 9:49.
Okay, I want to look at this.
Stunning.
Can you see these gargoyles here?
Bring it up close.
Okay, so these
Can
are
Put your
anybody
hands
guess what
behind
this
it.
is?
Can you see that?
Any guesses of what that might be? Anybody?
Nobody's
So
out.
this is actually a light fixture. And in its day, it had a light in it, like glass, like a hurricane type
Right.
thing. So we were thinking, now what would it be?
Well, I have recently put something similar like this upside down over a planter. It just kind of looks like a cloche, right? Cloches are.
I don't know about putting those
I
gargoyles
know, the
upside
gargoyle.
down. Like, is that good? I don't know.
Do they hang upside down like a bat? Maybe sometimes.
Yeah.
Candace said to put it in something, right? And then add a bowl for a bird bath.
I thought maybe you could hang it from here into your tree, and you could put, well, actually it was Candace's idea, but like a glass hurricane in here, and you
Yeah.
could put a candle or twinkly lights or something like that. So really, you know, think outside the box, right? That particular one is heavy. We got some beautiful planters in. Yeah. Anything else? Well, there's tons. Just come and let's give away something, shall we?
Okay.
Did you talk about that?
I did, but we're gonna make you a little prize pack to win for next week,
Okay.
right? So this will be the base of it, and we're gonna add some little things in here. It's a surprise.
So how do they win? Let me see. Oh wait, I had an idea. Well, talk about how they win, and then I have another idea.
Okay.
If we don't write everything down, if you would like to win our little prize pack that in the little planter here, we just want you to share how you add character to your garden so that the other people reading it could share, we could all share ideas and help each other out from a distance sort of idea.
Right.
So however you add character, if you want to leave us a message, and then you'll be entered to win for next week. And we should talk about next week, but I wanted to share one more idea, and that was the bird cages.
Oh, bird cages.
Bird cages.
So many ideas.
So many. I had a customer once, Janet, I love her. She had bird cages all around her swimming pool area so that she put candles in them at night. How romantic.
Wow.
Another, Sandra, she hung hers in the garden and again put twinkly lights in it.
So pretty.
Right? You could use a bird cage as a chandelier sort of thing, right? Hanging. Or just plant them up. Oh, talking about, look at this. Can you see this? I'm never going to end this. So this piece here, I really don't want to sell. I brought it in and the girls are like, oh, is that a cat bed? Because it kind of looks like it's raised up like a
Princess
princess
puppy bed.
Or a bed for Peeve cat.
Yes.
My dog would love it.
You could hang this as a pot rack, but what I thought it would be beautiful, just like this, but you could put 4 or 5 great big terracotta pots full of geraniums and everything in this. This would be stunning. And I don't know if Tammy's watching, but Tammy, you have a beautiful house and pool, and this would be really nice. Okay, so they said how to enter. So next week.
Next week, we're doing something really exciting.
Very exciting. Do you want to tell?
We're gonna paint some fabric. So recently we just did a post we shared on our story, I think, of a customer of ours that painted their chair with Annie's own chalk paint. It was beautiful and inspired us to show it again because so many people have lots of questions about painting fabric.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do it live next week.
So we found a huge wingback chair. It's currently pink. We are going to paint it Oxford Navy.
Right.
We're going to do it live for you. So if you have any questions about painting fabric, make a note or send us a note. Get them ready. And you're going to see it in action next week.
Fabulous.
Sound fun? So that's next Friday at 9:30. We're on every Friday at 9:30, full of ideas and tips. And we just thank you so much for watching today. We hope that we shared some ideas to inspire you. As you're staying at home, staying safe, I hope. We thank you so much and have a great day.
Quick question. Someone's saying, will we save this to our highlights? It's going to be on YouTube. And
yeah, we saved this video on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube.
Yeah.
It comes out again on Tuesday morning in the newsletter, if you get the newsletter. So don't fret. There'll be lots of ways.
Exactly.
And we're always here. So thank you for your question and create a beautiful life.
Have a good day.
Bye.